Singapore will allow parents of stillborn children to officially register the name of their child within 1 year after the stillbirth. The Minister of Home Affairs is updating legislation following feedback from bereaved parents, as well as the medical community.
We have heard their deeply felt sentiments that a stillbirth is similar to the loss of any child. For some parents, being able to officially name the child is an important step in the healing process. We hope the amendments to the RBDA to allow for the official registration of a name for a stillborn child will go some way to recognize the birth of the child and support the healing process for bereaved parents.
Once the law is in effect, in 2 years' time, parents can apply to the Registrar-General of Births and Deaths. They can then download the digital stillbirth certificate with the registered name from the Health Ministry's My Legacy website. In the interim, parents can apply for a commemorative birth certificate reflecting the child's name. The government is also extending the definition of stillborn from 22 weeks of pregnancy to 24 weeks. MPs asked if the new law on name registration will also apply to earlier stillbirths and to non-Singaporeans.
Can MOS share if parents who are stillborn are birthed in this transition period before the provisions are operationalized, can apply for their stillborn child to be named once the provisions come into effect?
Parents with stillbirths registered in Singapore may apply for their stillborn child to be officially named when the provisions are operationalized, as long as the application to name the child is made within a year after the stillbirth. This time limit also applies to parents who have had stillborn children before the legal provisions are operationalized.
Now, the bill with accompanying collaterals also does not make clear that the ability to register names for stillborn children applies to all children born in Singapore, regardless of nationality. Presumably, this would be the case, since the birth register is not restricted to only citizens. Nevertheless, it will be useful to verify that this is the case. After all, parental grief is not constrained by their or their stillborn child's national origin.
To MP James Lim's question, yes, stillborn birth registration is for all stillborns in Singapore, regardless of nationality.
In coming up with the tweaks to the law, the government heard the views of many bereaved parents with stillborn babies, including those in an online petition. Feedback also came from a not-for-profit group that makes what's called angel gowns, burial clothes for stillborns.
For more, we are joined in the studio by Felicia Tan. She's founder of Angel Hearts. That's a not-for-profit group which creates those angel gowns for stillborns. She's also co-founder of Art for Life. Felicia, thank you for coming into the studios, and it's good to see you on this very important day and this important development. First off, can you tell us how citizen engagement led to the amendment of this bill? What was some of the feedback that the government received?
Firstly, I was very thankful that finally our voice is being heard. In fact, it's not an easy journey for us because the hopes, our hopes and loss that no parents would want to go through. And of course, lately there is this couple that wanted to have their twins being named. Frankly, I resonate with them because I personally have a pair of twins lost as well. So finally, I'm glad to really see this bill being coming forth. Yeah.
Can you talk to us also about how these changes are so significant, especially and the amendments significant to all the parents who have been affected?
Frankly, the many nights crying, wondering, are you even a mother? That no one wants to go through that kind of pain. That you really wonder, are you a mom? And because it is being termed as a fetus. And also medically, it's actually, for my case, it's termed as abrupted abortions. So I couldn't get any insurance claims. And coming back without confinement leave, but medical leave, and me being self-employed, I have to go through without any entitlement. So to really hear this coming from the government, I felt that at least we are being recognized in that sense. Yeah.
You've gone through a lot of challenge, Felicia. Tell me something about what made you start Angel Hearts. Tell us something about it.
Because what happened back then was, I remember a nurse who came over and handed me a newborn clothing, which despite that is still too big for my baby. And I was like, what can I do? I mean, that is the one and only dress you could dress my baby, and even so, it was too big. So this idea actually came from US, and when we heard this, we decided to adopt this in Asia.
You know, your team does so much more than just that. What else do you do for parents who are grieving?
So frankly, we have a director. Her name is Paukit. She's in charge of the making and operations of the gown. Another director in charge of administrative, she's Fiona. And lately, we are thankful to have a new director on board. Her name is Miss Yenny Yong. She's in charge of risk support to bring in an ecosystem to really come forth to get the whole people's counselors and professionals to come on board to help provide grief support for all these bereaved parents.
Felicia, Angel Hearts is a not-for-profit organisation, and we do see on your website that you do have a call for volunteers. Has it been very difficult to get volunteers? I mean, how can viewers perhaps help support you?
Frankly, we have volunteers coming and also leaving us on and off. So what we want now is really to help bring the cause awareness. Therefore, we need people on board in terms of social medias and really to raise the cause awareness. And not just that, of course, fundraising is always the concerns for any cause. And to really, moving forward, we wanted to bring it to a charity status as well, so that to keep it sustainable in a long-run manner as well. Yeah.
Felicia, thank you very much for coming in to the studios tonight. You've been very brave. That was Felicia Tan, the founder of Angel Hearts and co-founder of Art for Life. Thank you.